Hello students, I hope you all in the pink of health. Let's continue the class. This class is the continuation of the previous class, the envious neighbor. Let's quickly recall the story. What are the main characters in this story? Dog and good and old couples, right? Yes. What was the beginning of the story? This dog helped the good couple so that they got treasure, they become wealthy. So when this neighbor heard about this, what did they do? They borrowed this dog and they too requested the dog to show the treasure, but nothing worked. So they got angry and they killed the dog, right? Then what was the next? This good man, when he went to the next door, the neighbor asked about the dog. They said, yeah, we killed the dog and buried under the pine tree. Then this old man went to that place and set out delicious food and adorned that place. He shed tears. On that day night, this dog appeared in his dream and asked him, cut down the pine tree and make a motor out of it, isn't it? Then when you are using that motor, you have to think about me. That means that dog. Then everything turned into what is treasure. When this also heard by this neighbor, they came here and borrowed this motor. Then when they tried it, it didn't work because they don't know the secret of what is it. They need, while using that, they have to think about this dog. And so they got anchor and they break the motor and burned that. Then that day night again this dog appeared in his dream and asked him to collect the ashes, right, and to use it in a dead trees. You get the power to give life to dead trees. Like that it is said. So he went to next door to at any rate, which means whatever happened, please give that ashes. Like he requested, so then he got the ashes and he checked with the cherry tree first. Yes, when he sprinkled on this ashes on this dead tree, it immediately sprout and back to life. This much we have seen this previous class. Let's continue the story. Yeah. Click the page number at 24. Yes, last paragraph. Having obtained this, having received these ashes, he returned home and made a trial of their virtues upon withered tree. He tried with that cherry tree, which upon being touched by the ashes immediately began to sprout, blossom back to life. When he saw this wonderful effect, he put ashes into the basket. His basket, he collected the ashes into his basket and back to then and went about the country announcing him. Yes, he went to all over the country and announced he had the power of giving life to this dead tree, isn't it? Next. A certain prince, hearing of this and thinking it a mighty strange thing, sent for the old fellow. So when he announced this, he had the power to give life to this dead tree. The prince, one of princes heard about this and he asked the servants to immediately meet this person. So sent for means asked to tell someone to meet this person, see this person, who showed his power by causing all the withered plum and cherry trees to shoot out and put forth flowers. So the prince gave him a rich reward, princes of silk cloth, other presents, and sent him rejoicing. Yes, this prince, when he heard about this news, he asked this honest old man and he showed a dead tree and try out of it. So this man, he sprinkled this ash on this tree. Immediately it was back to the prince was very happy and he gave many rewards to this person. A lot of things he gave and happily he sent off this old man. Yes. Next. As soon as the neighbors heard of this, they collected all the ashes that remained remained, and having put them in a basket, the wicked old man went out into the castle town and gave out that he was the old man who had the power of reviving dead trees and causing them to flower. He had not to wait long before he was called into the prince's place and ordered to exhibit his power. Yes, then this incident also heard by this neighbor, wicked neighbor. So they gathered up all the remaining ashes, and he announced, gave out meaning announced. He announced that he had the power to give life to the dead tree. So this prince, called him. Immediately he called this man also and asked him to do that. But unfortunately, when he sprinkled this ashes, everything flew away and fell on this king's eyes and made him choke, made him blind. So everything messed up there. That is what. Yes, here. I hope this paragraph you got it. Let me read again. As soon as the neighbors heard of this, they collected all the ashes that remained, and having put them in a basket, the wicked old man went out into the castle town. Yes, all the places he went out and he announced, I have power. Gave out is a phrasal verb meaning announced. That he was the old man who had the power of reviving back to life, giving life to dead trees, and causing them to flower and sprout. He had not to wait long before he was called into the prince's palace and ordered to exhibit his power. Yes, immediately prince called him, then asked him to exhibit your power. Then, next. But when he climbed up into a withered tree and began to scatter the ashes, not a bud of flower appeared. But what happened? When he climbed up the dead tree and sprinkled this ashes, nothing appeared. Okay, nothing happened. But the ashes all flew into the prince's eyes and mouth, blinded and choked him. Yes, choked means suffer, cough. Okay, feeling difficult to breathe. Yes, when he did that, ashes flew and fell in the prince's eyes and made him choke. The situation also messed up everything. You could imagine that. When the prince's retainers meaning servants, princess saw this, they got angry. Okay, they seized take hold the old man and beat him almost to death, so that he crawled up home in a very sorry plight condition. The situation was very bad. Okay, when he did like this, so that the retainers, servants, they got anger. And they took hold and just beat him as much as they can. Okay, then this man, he couldn't walk even. He was crawling. Crawling meaning baby at the age of 1 year and 6, 8 months, they crawled. That is, crawled off home. And they realized their situation and they were sorry for that, their mistake. Okay. When his wife found out what a trap they had fallen into, they scolded themselves. Yes, now in this moment, in this situation, they started to realize their mistake. Now he was scolding themselves. Why did we do this? It's unnecessary, like that and all they are thinking. Okay. Then the good old man and woman, as soon as they heard of their neighbor's distress meaning suffering. Okay, this good honest man, they heard about this suffering of this wicked people and called them. And after reproving means they called them and scolded them. Why did you do that? Why you people are being wicked? What is the use of this? What is the point in it? Like that they were scolded them for their greed and cruelty. Scolding for their cruelty. They were cruel, isn't it? They killed the dog and broke this motor. All these things they did. Gave them a share of their own riches, which by repeated strokes of luck had now increased to a goodly sum. See here, these people, good people, they called them and first they scolded for their cruel actions. Then later, they gave some wealth they collected, they got the treasure. From their treasure they shared them some, and but their treasure increased. This good people treasure increased. How much they are sharing with the poor people, it is increasing. That is what. So the wicked old people mended their ways. Mended means changed their way of living. Till now they were very wicked, isn't it? Their thoughts are not good, full of negative. So now onwards they started to change their characters, behaviors, everything, and led good and virtuous lives ever after. Yes. What do? After that, they become a good couple. That is what the story of this. I hope you got it. Let me read again this paragraph again. The good old man and woman. As soon as they heard of their neighbor's distress, suffering, sent for them, and after reproving them for their greed and cruelty, as they scolded their bad actions, gave them a share for their own riches. They shared some riches with them, which by repeated stroke of luck had now increased it to a goodly sum. So the wicked old people mended their ways. Then later they changed, like a movie, at last they changed their behavior, okay, because everything, whatever happened around them were negative, okay, and they led good and virtuous life ever after. So story is over. Please read the story at least 2-3 times. Then I give assignments, complete this story, then glossary part, you have to learn that. Then question answers I will send. See here, the supplementary, you should know to write the story in your own words. That is what is important. So in that level you have to prepare. Anyway, I will send the question answers of this. Then flip the page number, look at the page number 25, 1 or 2 exercises given. Let me read that. Identify the character or speaker of the following lines. See, like this question will be asked. So you should know each and every sentences. They may give any sentence and ask you who's the speaker of this. Okay. So read in that way and learn the spelling. That is important. If you commit a mistake while writing, that's not good. Mark will be reduced. So beware of that. Let me read. Please try to guess that they, first question, they gathered the treasure. Who gathered the treasure? Of course, good people, isn't it? The honest man. Then, second one, the pine tree under which I am buried to be cut down and made into a mortar. Yeah, who said this? Dog. Character is dog. Third one, they dug and found nothing but a quantity of dirt and nasty apple. Who got this? Yeah, this old wicked couple, right? Greedy couple. The next one, he had not to wait long before he was called into the prince's palace and ordered to exhibit his power. Who is called and ordered to exhibit his power? Wicked old man. Then bow, that is a dog only. Then next, choose the right answer is given. Based on your understanding of the story, choose the right answers from the given options. The first one, what is the first answer? Try. The old farmer and his wife loved the dog. Yes, what is the answer? As they were kind to all living beings. Yeah, of course they were kind, isn't it? In this story, you have to learn many models. See, actually already I mentioned that if you get something from others, we have to return it, isn't it? Maximum try not to get it. Borrow from others. That is best. Suppose if we borrow, we have to return it as it is. That is one thing. Then another thing is, each action has an equal reaction. So whatever we do, we definitely get it back, isn't it? So if we do good, we will get back good things only. Good things only happen around us. Then if we do bad, what does bad thing only happen? This is the story is the best example for this. So please beware of your actions. Whatever you do, be kind to others and love others. Don't harm others. Even animals also, we have no rights to harm it. Okay, don't do that. In future, in any situation, it may save us. It may help us. So keep that in mind and move. Okay. Yeah, here this people is so kind, isn't it? See this good old man, you know. This wicked people killed their dog, then broke the motor, but even they didn't get anger. They were so kind. At last they called them and yes, of course they scolded. Though they shared their wealth with them. What a good people. Even we don't get such, we don't have this kind of mentality, isn't it? So we have to inculcate this kind of attitude. Yeah, next one. When the old couple became rich, they lived a comfortable life and were generous towards their poor neighbor. Then third one, the greedy couple borrowed the mortar to make a pile of gold. Yes, here pile of gold, that is the answer. So please read this and study the spelling, write this assignment. That's all the story. So this lesson come to an end. Please read that, do the assignment. Questions I will be sent. Thank you. See you in next class.